It's official. Urban Meyer is not returning to college football as a head football coach. So every time there's a big job opening, the first name everybody, including myself, have said should probably just pick up the phone and have a conversation with is Nick Saban and Urban Meyer. I don't think Nick Saban's returning to college football either. I think the reasons why he got out of where he got out when he was with Alabama are reasons why he wouldn't return to college football anyway, despite the fact that he's uber successful on ESPN and well up in his years and doesn't have the energy or I would say the patience to return to college football, and that is NIL transfer portal for the majority of those two reasons. Urban Meyer, not so much on the transfer portal NIL thing. I have other reasons that I'll give as to why he won't return. But the idea that you kick the tires with Urban Meyer, I get it. I understand why you would want to do that. It makes sense that an athletic director would reach out to Urban Meyer's agent and say, "Hey, just want to let you know we're interested talking with him if he's interested in talking with us." I understand why you would make that phone call. I think you would be foolish not to make that phone call. But he's not returning to the game. He definitely wasn't going to return to Penn State. Let's address that one first. Reasons why he wouldn't return to college football in Penn State. Number one, it's in the Big Ten. It's way too close to Ohio State. His affinity for Ohio State is unwavering. It's the major state school in the state he was born and raised in. There's only one other Midwest school I think he would even consider not named Ohio State, and that's Notre Dame. And Notre Dame isn't in the need for a football coach for a very long time because Marcus Freeman is definitely the dude when it comes to South Bend. So, sorry, Penn State. He might have respected the living crap out of you while he was at Ohio State because he coached in some epic games in a whiteout in Happy Valley, but he was never going to go to Ohio State. So the fact that you've seen so many Penn State, I guess you could say, podcasters and media members move on from Urban Meyer makes sense. They should have moved on. They should have never even really considered it. I get it. Just like when I made the video, that's why you kick the tires. You have to make the phone call. You're not doing your job if you don't make the phone call, but he was never going to go to Penn State. Number two, Florida. So very interesting comment made today on um, Big Noon Kickoff this morning by Urban Meyer. They were asking him about those big three jobs, the Penn State, LSU job, Florida, which one he viewed as being the best out of the three. He chose Florida. There's two reasons why he did. Number one, Urban has always had a little bit of a placating to the fan bases of where he was at. Um, he doesn't get the opportunity very much with Utah, but he did when he was there with Big Noon Kickoff. With Florida, he's done nothing but been very positive about Florida when it comes to any questions that are asked of him in the media. He coached there. He won 2 national championships there. And just like I said in the video with the Florida I made for the Gators about their coaching vacancy, I said the same thing about Penn State. You kick the tires. You definitely make the phone calls. You try to get a conversation because in the least slightest chance that he says, "I'm interested," then you pursue with everything you got because he can and would win more than likely another national championship at a place like Florida. Okay. But I don't think he's going to Florida anyways. Now, some of the things he did say that he liked about Florida, the amount of high level recruiting you have within a 300-mile radius of the campus. He brought that up. He said that's a big reason why he would consider Florida the best job compared to LSU and Penn State. So you have that aspect of what he would be thinking as an individual who was being interviewed for a potential position like Florida versus LSU. Maybe you had your pick between the two. He chose Florida for that reason right there. I think obviously, like I said at the beginning, it's because he coached there. There's a little bit of a placating to the fan base that he has interacted with and had a relationship with while he won 2 national championships for the Gators. So there's that aspect of it. But he's not returning to LSU and he's not returning to Florida. Why wouldn't he return to LSU? Because if he was going to return to the game, he just admitted he'd be returning to Florida if they would take him long before he would return to LSU. So he's not going to LSU. And as of Friday night, and this you may have heard this, you may have not. Friday night, he had a podcast at his restaurant in Dublin, Ohio, the Pint House. Restaurant's got his name on it, Urban's Pint House. And while there, he was interviewed and was just flat out asked if, there's all these, he's being included, his name's being mentioned with the Penn State, LSU, Florida job. And he was just flat out asked, are you considering coming back to college football? And his answer was, no, I'm not. I don't want to come back to college football. Um, he's just not gonna do it, guys. There's an argument out there that hey man, his time in the NFL with Jacksonville was so bad that he would need to come back and kind of take that tarnish off of his name. But like he said, and I quote here, I don't have a desire to coach. The man is enjoying the fruits of his labor. He has three children who are all adults now, have their families, who means he now has grandchildren. And he loves spending time with those grandchildren and making up lost time with his wife Shelly, from all those late nights and long days as a head football coach for and even before he was a head football coach as a position coach. And he's loving spending time with his family. And how can you fault a man for that? Enjoying the fruits of your labor, right? Like you work so hard for so long and you acquire so much money that it's generational wealth, and you expect a man to not sit down and enjoy some of that? Like there's this thought process amongst us fans because we're all crazy about college football and we all expect our head coaches to be psychopaths about the sport, and while they're in the sport they have to be in order to be successful, and we just immediately think, well, they're going to be like that for the rest of their lives. But some men can separate the psychopath of being a college football from being who he needs to be and should be for his family at home. And he wasn't those things for all those years that he was being a psychopath head football coach, and now he gets the opportunity to be that, and we expect him to just ignore that. Like, I get it, man. I get it. Look, I've stated from the very beginning, for the last several months since these jobs started opening, you kick the tires, but don't expect Nick Saban and Urban Meyer to come back to this sport, because this college football sport is way different than the one that Nick Saban just left and the one that Urban Meyer left, I think 7 years ago. It's way, way different. And I don't think neither guy wants to get back into the situations where they would have to be complete and utter psychopaths to be successful once again. Not that they've gotten fat and lazy, but when you're in that retirement stage, it's okay to get fat and lazy. And to go back into that world would mean leaving behind everything and everybody that has grown accustomed with you being back in their lives in your current state, emotionally, physically, mentally. Something to think about, people, when talking about these head football coaches. It's why they're not coming back. It's why Urban's not coming back. So we can lay that to rest now. There should be no more Urban Meyer to LSU, Urban Meyer to Penn State, Urban Meyer back to Florida talk. It's not going to happen. And this rumor about Nick Saban was down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, just stop it. Just stop it. He is not returning to coach the Tigers. Ed Orgeron, on the other hand, he's willing and ready to take that phone call. We will have more content for you here on the College Huddle, a live College Huddle show tonight. We're gonna be recording live during the Nebraska USC game. It should be a lot of fun. We hope you would tune in for that one. Let me know what you think about what I think down in the comments section below. Make sure you like the video. And of course, make sure you're subscribed to the channel here at the College Huddle. We drop almost daily content on your lap right here at the College Huddle. Have a great day. Enjoy the games, everybody.